Hi there. Today I want to share some experiences I've had recently. I'm Diana Liz, and I'm the founder of Rejuvenating Lifestyle for mind, body, health, and happiness. In 2016, I retired from my position as a fine arts administrator, and I set out to make myself healthy. And I had learned about the Institute of Functional Medicine and their coaching program. And so I signed up. And when I finished that, I signed up for the Daniel Amen Brain Health Certification Program. And I went through that. I went through the Heart Math Institute. And I went through training also in mindfulness-based stress reduction. And I had an opportunity when I moved to live closer to my daughter in Abilene, Texas, to become a neurotech. And so I am deeply immersed in getting health, becoming healthy and happy. So, like everyone else in the world, I'm also coping with COVID, and I thought I was doing well. And something happened around mid-June, and all the accomplishments that I had achieved, I had had psoriasis all my life. And in 2018, after 2 years being immersed in this lifestyle of health, it went away. And I was so excited about that. And I worked out in the gym, and my progress kept getting better and better and better. And then all of a sudden in mid-June, I noticed that I couldn't move or walk at the same pace, and my heart rate was not at the same level. And I knew that my anxiety was up. Well, I happened to see a recording of myself conducting a mindfulness-based stress reduction breath practice. And I was shocked. I couldn't believe how fast I was breathing. And I was just, stunned that I could be immersed in all this health and all this knowledge and be oblivious to the anxiety that I was feeling. And just because we know something, sometimes we're not aware of ourselves. So I have studied breathing, and I came across the work of Patrick McKeown and The Oxygen Advantage. I came across this book shortly after I retired, and I started doing the breathing practices. And I'm a mouth breather, and my mother is a mouth breather, and my daughter is a mouth breather. And I don't think it's something we're born with, because babies don't breathe through their mouth. It's something that we learn. And so I used one of Patrick McKeown's techniques, and this is a 3M tape, and you can recognize it by the blue plastic that it comes on. And I would just take a small piece, and I would put it on my hand and pat it down to get some of the glue off, and I tape my mouth shut, and I sleep better. And when I wake up, my throat is not dry and it doesn't hurt. And it was a life-changing practice for me. But when I saw myself breathing, I saw what I recognized from my study of Patrick McKeown's work. I could see the round breath, the short round breath, and it's kind of like a gasp when you like that. And so if you breathe that way all day long, the anxiety that is all around you by where we're living today and all the challenges of today is just going to make it worse. And so I started going back to what I had originally practiced in my early retirement with the work of Patrick Cowan, and I began to feel a little better. And my consciousness was raised. And I began to notice that there were people on TV, in interviews, that were breathing through their mouth. And I began to notice also how often I breathe through my mouth during the day. Now I'm consciously working on getting a light, slow, and full breath, but not pushing, because when we push the body, we create more anxiety. And we want to reduce the anxiety. We live in a very stressful time, and we need to do everything that we can to reduce our stress. So I have started doing Patrick McCowan's work again on being aware and trying to pause and breathe through my nose when I'm talking. And that is a big challenge, but I'm excited about the opportunity to get my health back to where it was before COVID. And I want to be able to reach my goals, which is to stay healthy for my daughter and for my grandson. And I want to be able to do a 5K and not walk it. I want to be able to run it. So I looked up some stuff on, I Google everything. And there's a connection between our breath and our anxiety. There's a connection between our breath and our depression. There's a connection between our anxiety and our panic attacks and asthma. There's also a connection between our metabolism and oxygen. Just think about that. We can go for 3 weeks without food. We can go 3 days without water. We can go 7 minutes without oxygen. It's the most vital ingredient for our health and happiness. And taking a breath is so it's so powerful. And recently, I was doing a neurofeedback session, and I can tell what my clients are feeling. And the brain waves will just be going little tiny squiggles, and then all of a sudden you will see a high frequency wave, and it will just go up and over and under across all the other brain waves. And I turned to my client and I said, "Are you okay? Do you want to stop?" And the videos that we watch during the neuro training, there's a dimmer that comes across the screen that the clients turn brighter as it dims during their training. And we choose videos that are playing in the background that are pleasurable and enjoyable and kind of neutral, with not high action, not heavy drama, so that it's just a pleasant background that they can work from. But we can't always tell when something is going to ping somebody's heart. And I could tell that what was on this moment, my client was feeling it. And so I said, "Do you want to just stop for a moment and you want me to stop the tape? Do you want to just take a moment? Take a breath." And my client took a breath. And in that moment, the brainwave went right back to being a normal brainwave, not a high frequency brainwave that goes all over the screen. So I'm hoping that this video will help you become aware of your breathing and how important it is to breathe in through the nose all the time, even when you are running, even when you are trying to run a marathon. It's important to breathe through the nose. We do not get more oxygen by taking more oxygen in. We get more oxygen between the chemistry of our body with the carbon dioxide and the exchange. And the air needs to be prepared in our nose where it's exposed to nitric oxide. So when we breathe through our mouth, we mess up the whole metabolic system. And so I'm encouraging you to just take a mindful breath whenever you are feeling anxious, depressed, whatever you're feeling. Focus on the breath. Pause for a moment when you're speaking. Breathe through the nose. If you breathe through the mouth at night, use your 3M tape. And I've tried several because this tape is expensive, but this is the tape that works. And be sure to put it on your hand first and take some of the tape off. I'm Diana Liz, founder of Rejuvenating Lifestyle for Mind, Body, Health, and Happiness. And I hope you will follow me on Facebook. I share my life and my journey and all the things that I learn as I continue to study how to be healthier and happier and put more life into our years. Thank you.